Well, it's never really a road trip if you don't stop by Buc-ee's. The diesel here at Buc-ee's is $3.17. Pretty strong. God bless you.
Hi.
All right, so this is chopped brisket, and that's sliced brisket. You want the chopped?
Yeah, I'm getting chopped.
Okay.
Ooh, they're warm.
Well, where else can you go get lunch? And everything else, and basically a show. 30 bucks for lunch, guys. Expensive lunch. But this is going to be an expensive day anyway. So we haven't really told you where we're going yet, but you'll see. Okay, Buc-ee's trips are always expensive, but the gas is cheap and the diesel's cheap, so it makes up for it. And we have some brisket sandwiches we're gonna have on the way to, I'll tell you, it's called Integrity Auto Sales, and they sell used cars, they sell vehicles, but they also sell power sports stuff. So you'll see, it's gonna be amazing, right?
I'm excited.
All right, we are here to pick some things up, but what I see are a couple bighorns. We got a bighorn 450. This is like the one we just got. This is in blue, which is kind of a cool color. And then this looks, that's just like the one we have. So we are not getting a bighorn today. We're picking up something else, but this is pretty cool that there's another one of these out here because we don't have these side things on ours, but yeah. Pretty cool. All right, let's go in here and let's look around. We're gonna get something really cool today, guys. Lots of different brands here. That looks interesting. What do you think, Clay?
It's pretty cool. It does feel weird though with the steering.
Yeah, it's different. Lots of Argos, motorcycles. Don't go climbing on stuff that doesn't belong to you, buddy. I know. These little six-wheelers are cool too. Check out this Bighorn 450. All these accessories. I like these LEDs on there. That looks good. They know how to accessorize them here. So I've never seen one of these ARGO four-wheelers. This is nice. It's way nicer than my 20-year-old Kawasaki Prairie. All right, there she is. So this is like a cargo, this is exactly what we were talking about. It's like a cargo rack. Well, let's take it for a spin. Can we drive it? Yeah, that's pretty cool. What do you think? This may be the coolest thing I've ever driven.
I love this thing.
Yeah, we got to take this home. What did I do? I bought an amphibious vehicle. Probably because I just don't think my kids needed an inheritance one day and because I'm very cavalier with my finances. In all seriousness though, your boy Joe the farmer has not lost his mind. I want you to think through this with me, and I'm going to explain to you why I did this. First of all, this is to me very similar to the Ventrac. The Ventrac out here is a slope monster, and that's all we have out here is slopes. Now, I've done videos on taking care of this lake back here, and this lake is kind of a pain. I'm going to tell you all, if you don't have a pond, or if you haven't dug a pond, or you're thinking of digging a pond, think about a swimming pool in your backyard. Now multiply that by like 1,000. Okay, chemicals, trees falling in there, you know, the drain getting clogged and the dock disappearing, which you all have seen Holly paddling out there on a kayak. All these different things that you have to do in a lake. How much easier is it if you could just go from your barn, drive right out to the lake, and then, you know, spray chemicals and do all kinds of stuff like that. So, you know, it's a really neat machine. It turns like a skid steer. I'm going to show you guys all about it. Where I got it, you all kind of saw me going and picking it up, and that was kind of a neat experience with Clay and I. Let me walk you around this thing. I'm going to explain it to you, because you probably don't even know what an ARGO is. What is an ARGO? ARGO, they got the name from Jason and the Argonauts, which is like a Greek mythology thing where they had control of the land and the water. That's what I read. Don't quote me on that. If you know better than that, leave a comment down there, let us know. But this is an 8-wheeled skid steer like machine. So the way it turns is handlebars, almost like a motorcycle or a bicycle. You turn these handlebars and it will go into the, you know, just tell one side to turn, one side not to. The braking system will stop one side so you could turn. Super weird, but also super smart. You could turn this 180 degrees. Is that why I bought it? No, that's not why I bought it. I bought this because I can drive this straight from here, take it from the barn, go right into the lake. Let me show you one of the accessories in the back. This is another reason why I bought it. So I have this sprayer, and this sprayer is going to fit perfectly, as you see it. I mean, it does fit perfectly in there. I'll have the wand up there, and when I'm in the lake, I could just drive right into the lake, spray the algae on the other side of the pond, which usually this time of year, it's incredibly hot. There's a lot of thorns, a lot of poison ivy, snakes, ticks, all kinds of stuff over there. It doesn't really make you want to go over there and service the pond. Now, what you just saw here, and you see a little bit of grass kind of turned up here, but this thing is incredibly light as far as a footprint. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't mash down the ground. It doesn't tear things up. These tires are a lot like the Ventrac, where they're almost like really low pressure tires. I think they only have, you know, 2-3 pounds of pressure in each of them. It's wild how this thing will just absolutely float. And this isn't a bent axle. This is actually almost like a banana design, where the wheels, this one's up a little bit. In case you're going up, then you still have traction if the front wheels are, you know, if you're going up hills or something. So you can see under here, I know I'm jumping around a lot, but it's kind of exciting. It's a lot of fun, but I don't even really know how to approach this as far as a topic for the video, because you'll see this on the channel probably a lot. And I don't know, I just wanted to tell you all why I did it. And I'm not looking for anyone to approve of it, but I certainly think that there's going to be questions. Again, going back to the tub though, it's a boat hull. I mean, it's essentially a boat hull. This stuff down here that you see, this is just a skid plate. This is the boat hull skid plate, and back here you have 2 drain plugs that if it ever takes on water, you just unscrew those things, and you know, when you get out and dump them out. It has a bilge pump built in that's on the dash, so if you get to the point where you need to start pumping water out, hit the bilge and it starts kicking water out. It also fits a full-size Yeti, which I really like. That's huge. But this one is a model that comes with the hood rack, brush guard, 3,000-pound winch, and all of this stuff is really, really well thought out, because, you know, this isn't like afterthought stuff. Looking under the hood, kind of get a look under there. Everything's brand spanking new. I mean, this is just so cool. Like if you're a machine person, like I love machines. This is incredibly cool to me. Vanguard EFI, this is a commercial Briggs & Stratton Vanguard engine. EFI means it has electronic fuel injection. There's other models that are carbureted. I really wanted to go away from the carburetor, especially on a side-by-side, and this is probably not going to get used nearly as much as some of the other side-by-sides we have, just because of the way the way it's designed and what it is. But a lot like the Ventrac, I just think it's so cool how it goes in there. A lot like the Ventrac is a specialty machine. We bought it for one real specific use, and that use it's flawless with. I mean, it saves us a ton of time, ton of energy, a lot of work. The Ventrac has paid for itself. I love that machine. I think that this is either going to be an absolute grand slam, or it's going to be swing and a miss, and I may be saying, hey, does anybody want to buy Joe the Farmer's Amphibious vehicle? This is super cool, but let's take it in the barn where, one, there's shade, and two, we're going to slap some accessories on here because it needs a pew rack up here, or we'll call it a fishing pole rack. Listen, y'all, I'm not lying. I'm going to fish from this too. Okay, this isn't all work. See, I see a snake out there right now. We could go out there and smoke that snake if we had the pew rack installed. But I have that, and then we've already put the tank in there, and I had something else. I can't remember what it was, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. Well, you can probably hear that it's a quirky little machine, and when you're driving it, it's not nearly as refined, I guess is the best word to use, as like the side-by-sides. Like those bighorn machines are very smooth. They steer very crisp. This one's a little jerky. Now, it could be because it's new. It likely is because it's new, but it could also be the operator is not necessarily 100% all in on that. You know, I haven't really learned everything yet, but let me take you to the controls real quick. So this right here is your throttle. This is your brake. But yeah, that's your throttle, which is a little bit strange. But again, you have your bilge pump, winch, 12-volt accessory, parking brake, and then here's your gear selector, reverse, neutral, low, high. I mean, there is not a lot to this machine. It is very, very different, but also incredibly cool. I'm just gonna throw these on here for now. Just got these on Amazon. They were cheap, relatively cheap. I think they're like 40 bucks, but this is dual, so I can hold 2 fishing poles if I've got, a kid or something like that with me. But I'm not gonna waste your time with this. We'll do some time lapse, and then next thing you know, these things will be on. Okay, didn't take long at all. Took about 10 minutes, and these are, they're sturdy enough for the price point. And again, you'll put, some kind of pew there, or something to shove down the drain to clear that drain out there, or a fishing pole. So let me go get a fishing pole, see how that works out. Yep, there's the old dangle stick right there. It's a short one too, so the reel on the inside have these little rubber band things holding it in, so cool upgrade. Now we're gonna go to upgrade number 2, which is gonna be on the back of the machine. All right, this is most likely going to rust, and that's okay. Not super concerned about that. What I like about this design though is that it gives you the 2-inch ball, so if I need to pull a trailer or something like that with this, I can. Fits in there pretty easy, but I also like this design to where I can latch something on, because with all the downed trees and huge branches and stuff like that that fall with all the wind and everything, and especially around the winter time, I can actually tie one of those things to the back of the Argo. I do have the winch on the front, but it seems like it'd be really simple to just tie something around the branch, tie something around here, and then just drag it out. Or the Argo ever gets stuck, which I don't know that it can, but hey, anything can happen, right? Now this is not much of an install, but I think it's going to give us a little bit more versatility. This is stainless. It may be chrome. Yeah, that's chromed. That's definitely going to rust, but for the sake of time, I'll put this in here now. But if I can find something that's more like aluminum, or it's going to be a little more weather resistant, I'll use that one. But I think that's gonna be nice. So, all right. And really, the only other upgrade was, again, this tank, which I had this sitting in the barn. I honestly don't even remember where I got it from. I think if I find a really good sale sometimes, especially Tractor Supply has amazing sales if you go on the back of the store. sometimes I just give stuff away. And I think that's where this came from. But this will likely live back here. And while we're here, it's actually the tank lid. I was going to show you under this little tray. I think I'm supposed to take the seats out, but that's an idea of what the chains look like that drive this thing. So grease zerks on each of these, but man, this thing is stout. That is one serious chain, and it has independent chains. So this one, and I don't know if you can see up there, I'm not going to take this thing all the way out, but up there, that drives the front too, I believe. So it's not just one chain where if one chain breaks, you're out. One chain breaks, you go from 8-wheel drive to 6-wheel drive. If two chains break, well, kind of see where we're going there with the math. So anyway, so far, this is the Argo. I think we'll try going in over here. It's a little less steep. We're doing it. Whoa! Oh boy, hold on. When I pull in here, you can see that I kind of stop, and what I'm doing here is I'm just looking around and I'm double checking that there's no water coming in and that this isn't about to become one of the most expensive forms of pond structure on the farm. So that's the whole reason why I'm just kind of looking around, making sure there's no water coming in, then we kind of get going.
You're top heavy.
Huh? Top front heavy? Yeah. Jump on?
Yeah.
I have to get in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, buddy. You're gonna have to sit over there.
How cool is this? Is this not the coolest thing in the, like, I don't know if I've ever been on something cooler than this. Now, I'm not saying it does land or sea great, but the fact you don't have to do anything but just like drive in, this is awesome. Okay, well, that was a lot of fun. We're probably gonna close this video out here because it's starting to get really long, but long videos are okay too. Those of us that are over the age of 12 have a attention span that's a little bit longer than 45 seconds or whatever it is, but Clay had a good time. We had a good time. This thing, I mean, listen, it's a toy, but it's also gonna be a tool. So everything out here has to have some kind of utility. This is gonna have a ton of utility for the lake. If we didn't have a lake, I don't know that we'd ever really look at it. But like I said earlier in the video, having the vent track has been a game changer for us because it really solves a lot of the slope issues out here. This is gonna solve a lot of the water issues we have out here. We have a big body of water out here we need to take care of, and you know, you need tools to do it. So I look forward to showing you guys more about the ARGO. If you have questions about it, or if you have like things you'd like to see us do with it that's not going to destroy it because this thing was expensive, show us. But Clay, anything to add?
No, not really.
No? Okay. Well, hopefully we'll catch a fish next time. But
Not very good fishermen.
no, we're not good fishermen. I don't even know that we're really good hunters, land managers, or lake managers, but we try. I appreciate y'all watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, tell me what you think about the ARGO, and I will catch you in the next one. Joe the Farmer, we out.